Yeah, stays back.
Okay. Let's get it. I don't want to look silly. Okay. Yeah. Wakanda.
Did Emily's dad just say Wakanda?
Wakanda.
As in Wakanda, the fictional country from the movie Black Panther? Wakanda forever! Look, I'm sure his heart is in the right place. It's just that this isn't Wakanda, this is Cameroon. And if Kobe's hoping to demonstrate how considerate Emily and her family are of Cameroonian culture, then it just feels like this could all backfire.
She's looking like a queen.
Thank you.
You're looking like a king.
I feel like a court jester.
Especially with the hat, right? His hat is like, we blend right in now, right?
Yeah, this is gonna be very, very awkward. Now, before we dive into all of this, let's just rewind back to the start. So we left Emily, Kobe, their kids and Emily's parents as they were all preparing to fly out to Cameroon, Kobe's homeland. Emily and fam are about to meet Kobe's parents in person for the very first time. And Kobe's main concern on this trip is Emily being accepted because no one in his family has ever married a foreigner before. So how does Emily feel about it all?
I'm excited to be here. I can't wait to meet his family and to meet his friends. And I can't wait to, be in your home country. And I can't wait to be in a bed.
Emily's never been to Cameroon before, but it's not exactly like she's naive to how other parts of the world are. I mean, she met Kobe in China, after all, so she clearly has travelled somewhat. But things in Cameroon are clearly very different, which we're about to see in a second. But first, Kobe's best friend of over 20 years has come to the airport to pick them up.
How long has it been since you guys seen each other?
2.5 years. I mean, the day I left.
Yeah. My best friend. We've gone through a lot.
Emily and Kobe's friend seem to be getting on great. Everyone's in high spirits. They're all excited about the upcoming trip. But as Kobe's friend speaks to the camera, he reveals that he wasn't always Emily's biggest fan. In fact, he had a lot of doubts about Kobe's decision to marry her.
I found it very difficult because I said it will be difficult for you to understand their own culture because us in Cameroon will have our own culture.
Look, this entire show is built on cultural differences. It's the reason we watch. Some couples thrive, whereas others crash and burn. I think this trip to Cameroon is really about to test Kobe and Emily in a way like they've never been tested before. The truth is, Kobe has managed to adjust to life in America. Now, I'm sure it hasn't necessarily been easy for him, especially not living in the basement of his in-laws' house, but he has laid down foundations. He has adjusted to life in the States, and he's done so with a big smile on his face. So will Emily be able to do the same in his home country?
Watching movies, we see how white women behave. They're very bossy, they're very arrogant. All of us, what we are wishing is to see the character of Emily. It was Kobe.
Oh no, is this a taste of the judgment that Emily can expect from Kobe's family? It's very obvious that all eyes are on her on this trip, so she really does need to be on her best behaviour. But for now, it's time to get all of their luggage into the car and leave the airport. And with what seems like 100 bags between them, this soon descends into pure chaos. They enlist the help of over 10 porters to carry their bags and load them into multiple vans. And the culture shock starts now.
In America, when you get off the flight, nobody helps you with your luggage. You just buy one of those trolleys and throw everything on there and go. So it's definitely a very different situation that we've been in.
There's too many porters, all of the luggage is disappearing into various different cars, and the sun is beginning to set. At this point, Emily and her family have lost track. They're just crossing their fingers and hoping that the luggage will arrive safely at their destination. They're starting to feel very overwhelmed. overwhelmed, and it doesn't help when a group of non-uniformed men who don't appear to be the porters who helped them with their luggage, begin to surround Kobe in the car park and demand money. But keep in mind, Kobe is calm and collected. This is his home after all. It's nothing he hasn't seen before.
Babe.
While Kobe's essentially getting mobbed, Emily and her family are awkwardly waiting in the car. And Emily's actually looking scared. Now, eventually, Kobe and his friend find an amicable solution with the group, and everyone gets in their cars safe and sound. And when Emily asks Kobe, is this how it is in Cameroon? Kobe replies, yeah, with a huge smile on his face. He loves being home. It's been way too long.
Because people coming from abroad with money and like that can always.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So they're not gonna follow us, right? I mean, these guys in the motorcycles. It ends only around here.
Kobe explains to his family that when foreigners arrive at the airport, naturally there will be men trying to hustle them for money. He explains it like it's not a big deal, but for Emily and her family, this is their very first taste of Cameroon, and it's already got them scared. And as they continue their journey onto the hotel, Kobe points out how every building has security guards. It really reinforces that they're not in the States anymore.
When I first moved over to America, everybody's eye was on me, so I had to try as much as I can to blend in the culture.
No, I'm excited. Everything's just been very overwhelming so far.
And that, the whole blend in the culture, is exactly what Kobe wants from Emily on this trip. You see, Kobe's concerned that his family won't accept Emily because she's a foreigner. So to overcome this, he really wants Emily to embrace his culture as much as possible. So when we join them the next morning, the group begin to make preparations for meeting Kobe's family. How are they going to do this exactly? What's the plan for the day?
Today, we're going to be going shopping for Cameroonian outfits before we meet my parents, because this symbolizes respecting the culture. It's a common thing in Cameroon.
Kobe explains that he's hoping the outfits will help his family warm to Emily and her family. It's a symbolic gesture to show his family that Emily and her family embrace his culture. It shows they've accepted their son. They accept Kobe for who he is. But between you and me, I'm starting to get a little concerned. As Emily and her family arrive at the shop and start trying on the clothes, Emily's dad soon puts his foot in his mouth.
Yeah, stays back.
Okay. Let's get it. I don't want to look silly. Okay.
Yeah.
Wakanda.
Okay, if you're worried about looking silly, perhaps try not shouting Wakanda. Like, it's a fictional movie. That's not embracing Cameroonian culture. Like, on the one hand, it is sweet that they're all trying. They are all willing to put on the outfits, buy the outfits. But on the other hand, their ignorance is starting to show, and it's a bit uncomfortable to watch.
She's looking like a queen.
Thank you.
You're looking like a king.
I feel like a court
Especially
jester.
with the hat, right? His hat is like, we blend right in now, right?
Again, we're talking about respect here, right? This is a traditional headpiece. I don't know if it's respectful to compare that to a jester. He's essentially saying he feels like a clown. That after Kobe explained just how significant this outfit is for him. It represents the different tribes in Cameroon. Like, there's something about all of this that just really feels like, even though they're trying really hard not to be offensive, they are being offensive.
I was expecting probably a lot more animals.
Yeah.
Like the Lion King with like a freaking huge savanna, giraffes and lions. If a lion passed by me.
Really, Emily? You thought there were going to be wild lions roaming the streets of Cameroon? Like, this is what I mean about ignorance. Like, wild lions don't roam the streets, and I don't think anyone's heart is in the wrong place. They don't mean to be offensive, but for someone who claims to love Kobe's culture, for someone who says that she wants to embrace it, it doesn't exactly seem like she knows a single thing about it.
There's part of me that feels a little disingenuous putting them on and showing up at their house and not knowing anything about their culture.
You've got to imagine that Kobe must have spoken to Emily about his life experience growing up in Cameroon, what his family's like, what his culture is like. So after years together, after multiple children together, why does it feel like Emily's still walking in blind? She better brush up quickly, because as Kobe's best friend said earlier, Kobe's entire family will have their eyes on her. They will be watching and judging her every move.